Hello and aloha. My name is Gerry Mateo, and I am here today to talk to you about what, why, where, when, and how I started my hydroponics indoor and outdoor farming. The way we're gonna do this is my daughter Leiam will ask me several questions and I will answer them all for you. Okay, are you ready, Leiam?
Yeah.
All right, fire him up.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, again, I'm Gerry Mateo. I am a retired U.S. Army officer. I served honorably for over 27 years. I traveled around the world and done so many things, been so many places that some of you probably don't want to be. I also worked for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, for over 2 years. And then I've done several of my own businesses until finally retiring for good.
When and why did you start doing hydroponics?
Well, that was last year when we were in the Philippines and when COVID-19 pandemic started. Also, when my brother Chief Tony Mateo passed away from COVID, I was very sad and depressed. So I started looking at hydroponics, studied it, and I was curious about it. So I done several things. One, I joined the Hydroponics Philippines GC in Facebook and started asking questions. I saw a lot of people on Facebook doing hydroponics in their rooftop, in their backyard, and in many other places in the Philippines. So I just started asking questions and studied it. Also, I enrolled an online course for hydroponics and I got my certification. And since then, I was hooked on hydroponics.
Who or what encouraged you to do hydroponics?
Who and what encouraged me to do hydroponics? Well, you know, when I was a young boy, I watched my mom and dad do backyard farming and gardening all the time. You can say that I learned from both of them at a very young age. I remember my mom's beautiful garden with fresh colored flowers and my dad's fruits and vegetable garden. I remember him giving fresh fruits and vegetables to our neighbors all the time. And, you know, I was definitely encouraged to do that. So I'm doing a lot of planting now, but with hydroponics instead. Also, when I retired, you know, my mental and body health was deteriorating. I was actually getting fat for doing nothing. So I encouraged myself to do something, and which is hydroponics, to definitely help both my mental and body health.
What's the first plant you've planted?
What's the first plant I planted in hydroponics, I guess? Well, it's easy. Lettuce. There are, there are different types of lettuce, by the way, different varieties. In every country, they have different names, different textures, you know. For example, there's Estrosa, Romaine, Dibs, Salanova. There are green and red, soft and crunchy. You know, there's just so many different varieties of lettuce, and it's so easy to grow lettuce, and you know, also you can eat them in different ways. You know, from sandwiches, salad, of course, and many more. So you know, I guess most of the people who does hydroponics started planting lettuce, you know, initially, and you know, just because it's so easy to do and you can eat it in different ways and it's fresh and it has low calories. So as you can see behind me, I'm still experimenting on planting different varieties of lettuce. So yes, it's lettuce.
What advice would you give to the first timers watching so they would not make the mistakes you did in the past?
Oh yes, definitely. My first advice is never give up. Guys, hydroponics, no one is perfect when it comes to hydroponics. It's a learning thing. Don't be discouraged. Don't quit when your first lettuce or plant dies for one reason or another, because it's a learning thing. Okay, so you need to do it again, plant another one. You just need to adjust and improve as you go. Um, as long as you have the desire to do it, never give up, because you will have a lot of different experience when it comes to hydroponics. And the bottom line is, don't be discouraged. It's a learning thing. Just forget it and move on and go to the next one and the next one until you are satisfied basically with your harvest. And that's the way to do it.
What's your short-term and long-term plan of doing hydroponics?
That's a good question. My short-term goal right now is to finish this garage farm, this indoor garage farm that I started. As you can see behind, I have my first experiment on this garage farm that I'm making. So I want to finish this and then move on to my backyard and do my greenhouse out there and start my outdoor farming in my greenhouse. My long-term goal definitely is to have this indoor and outdoor farm going, and hopefully we'll have lots of plants and vegetables. I can give it to my family and friends, my neighbors, and to those people that are hungry out there. With this pandemic right now, there are a lot of people that are hungry, and I'll be happy to share my harvest to them.
What do you want to accomplish in the long run?
Well, I read a lot about farming in general, and what I found out that in the year 2050 and beyond, some scientists said that there will be a shortage of food in the world. So I want to be able to feed my family by having my own homegrown food at home, and give some to other people. That'll be some serious problem if we have a shortage of food in the world. So by doing hydroponics and teaching other people to do it, maybe I will encourage a lot of them to have their own homegrown food, so that maybe we won't have any shortage of food.
How long will you do hydroponics farming?
That's a good question. The answer is as long as I can. Well, first of all, do you know that there are different types of hydroponic system? So let me explain to you some of them. The first one is probably the most easiest one, is called Kratky method. Kratky method was invented in Hawaii by Mr. Kratky. Okay, so it involves basically a styrofoam or a plastic or a PVC container, and what you do is you just put a water with the nutrient solution in there, and then you place your lettuce in a cup, and in less than 30 days you can harvest your lettuce. As simple as that. The other kind is what we call a nutrient film technique, or NFT. This includes a continuous water flow, basically, by having a water pump and an air pump in a container with the water with nutrient solution in it, and that flows continuously in the PVC pipe, basically where your lettuce or other vegetables are planted. This will result in a bigger and healthier plants and vegetables, and you know it's easy to do. Basically, once you start it, and you know you just watch the water flow, and basically again in less than 30 days you can harvest your vegetables. The third one is what I call a Dutch bucket system. This system is designed for those vine vegetables such as tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, and other vegetables that grows up in a vine basically. So it includes a bucket with a medium like hydroton, perlite, or cocoa peat, and a tube that supplies water with a nutrient solution that flows inside the bucket 3 or more times a day. So basically that's how you do a Dutch bucket.
Are you happy in what you're doing now?
Am I happy? Oh yes, I'm very happy. I'm very happy doing hydroponics farming because it's keeping me busy both mentally and physically, and it's a great way to stay healthy. You know, an old friend told me one time that you know our body is like a machine. You have to keep moving so that it won't rust. So farming makes your body move whether you like it or not. Okay, so it also gives you fresh fruits and vegetables to eat. And you know, exercise and vegetables is a great regimen for a healthy mind and body. And hydroponics for me is organic because there is no insecticide or pesticides to use. Also, it's a controlled environment like this garage or a greenhouse, and there are no insects or bugs that will eat your food. So yes, you know, I'm happy and I feel good. Thank you.
So, Dad, what's next?
What's next? Well, I'm gonna show you my first greenhouse in my backyard and teach you how to do hydroponics farming from scratch. Okay? But before we go, make sure that you click that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn hydroponics from me. Okay? Well, thank you and mabuhay!